it's so important. I can't even express to you how important sleep is. You need to value your sleep. I don't have time to. No, you do. You do have time to. But, you know, it's a priority thing. I think as you get older, sleep becomes more and more valuable to you. Okay, sleep. People like Aristotle, Shakespeare, Freud have been fascinated by sleep and dreams. Until now, there's been no way to objectively study sleep. For the longest time, nobody even knew why we did it. They obviously knew it was restful, but they had no idea what was going on necessarily with it. The electroencephalograph, okay, is an instrument. It's the actual device that uses electrodes placed on the scalp to measure and record the brain's electrical activity, which we know that it does. Our brain produces electricity. So yes, we have brain waves, electrical waves coming off of our brains right now. All right? So, German psychiatrist Hans Berger in the 1920s gave sleep researchers an important tool for measuring the rhythmic electrical activity of the brain. And that's how we come up with sleep cycles. That's how we actually know what is happening with the brain while we sleep. Brain waves, rhythmical patterns of electrical activity. Now here's the thing that's going to get confusing. An electroencephalograph is not an electroencephalogram. The electroencephalogram is the graphic record of brain activity produced by an electroencephalograph. It is the seismic reading, right? It's that paper that comes out in a giant roll, and it's got a, you know, that whatever pendulum-looking device going back and forth, writing the brain waves as they're produced by the brain. So don't get confused. This is the actual piece of paper, and this is the machine that produces the paper. Okay? So, by studying EEGs, sleep researchers firmly established that brainwave activity systematically changes throughout sleep. There are two basic types of sleep. There's REM and non-REM, so NREM. Okay? So, REM sleep is the type of sleep in which rapid eye movement, that's what REM stands for, and dreaming usually occur. Voluntary muscle activity is suppressed. It's also called sleep or paradoxical sleep. It's called paradoxical sleep because it looks like you're awake. Your brain is actually awake. It's producing the same brain waves as it would if it were awake, but you are asleep. Okay? This is a key thing right here. Voluntary muscle activity is suppressed. That's so you don't act out your dreams. That'd be dangerous, wouldn't it? So your body literally shuts down. It says the environment doesn't exist, and then you create a world inside of your own brain, which your brain manipulates through and understands. Okay? Your eyes are the only thing moving back and forth. The rest of your body is pretty much paralyzed, and you create a world inside of your own brain. That's unbelievable. That's amazing. The fact that we do that, and it serves some sort of purpose for us because sleep is a necessity to be alive. So, yeah, REM is one of the weirdest, most amazing things that people study. Okay? Then we have non-REM sleep, so quiet, typically dreamless sleep, but not always, in which rapid eye movements are absent, so your eyes aren't moving back and forth rapidly. And it's divided into 4 stages. It's also called quiet sleep. So let's just take a look right here at the EEG. So this is being awake. This is what the EEG would look like, very similar to being in the dream state. But you can see the difference here between REM and being awake. Non-REM is very slow waves, right? It's called slow wave sleep. You'll see it, SWS. Stages 3 and 4 can be combined into saying, okay, that's slow wave sleep. All right, non-REM versus REM sleep, just a little graphic here to kind of compare the two. We got slow eye movement in non-REM, restful sleep for non-REM, decreased metabolism, your body isn't necessarily that active, and then vital signs are low, muscle tone is maintained, no vivid dreams. You're still able to move here, okay? And no vivid dreams. there are these like hypnagogic things that are happening where you kind of like, you're having these fleeting thoughts. You might feel like you're falling or your body jerks or something like that. That's non-REM sleep. Then we have REM sleep, rapid eye movement. Your eyes are moving, darting back and forth extremely fast. You might have seen somebody do this and have no idea why it was happening. Well, they're dreaming. It's not restful because your brain is actually awake. Increased metabolism, heart rate's up, everything's up. You know, it's a trying time for the body. The only thing that's down is muscle tone. Muscle tone is depressed. You are paralyzed during this time. Not everybody. Some people have a disorder where they're not, and they actually act out their dreams. So vital signs are irregular, everything's up and down, and then dreams occur, which there's a lot of theories on dreams. So the onset of sleep and hypnagogic hallucinations. So let's talk about getting tired. Awake and reasonably alert, as you prepare for bed, your brain generates small, fast brain waves called beta brain waves. My brain, your brain right now, if you're watching this, is probably producing beta brain waves. You're awake, right? I remember it as in, you know, BE, right? Being awake. So beta, BE, that's how I remember it. That's how it works for my brain. So beta brain waves, brainwave pattern associated with alert wakefulness. After your head hits the pillow and you close your eyes, your muscles relax. Your brain's electrical activity gradually gears down, generating slightly larger and slower alpha brainwaves. As drowsiness sets in, your thoughts may wander and become less logical. I've been there before. I've been in that tired state where things become a little bit silly, you know. It's just something that happens to people. Alpha brainwaves, brainwave pattern associated with relaxed wakefulness and drowsiness. Hypnagogic hallucinations. So these are vivid sensory phenomena that occur during the onset of sleep. They almost feel like little daydreams. So you may hear your name called, or a loud crash, or you feel as if you're falling, floating, or flying, or seeing a kaleidoscope pattern, or an unfolding landscape in front of you. Then we have this thing called a myoclonic jerk. It's an involuntary muscle spasm of the whole body that jolts the person completely awake. This is because your brain and your body, your central nervous system is like, oh my gosh, we're getting so relaxed. What's happening to our muscles? Are we dying? And it sends a jolt to your body and says, no, we're not. Okay? You've had that happen. I've had that happen, right? You're just getting drowsy, you're getting drowsy, you're getting drowsy, and all of a sudden it's just like, boom! And you're awake. That's what we're talking about with the myoclonic jerk. Okay? All right, stages of sleep. This is an important little visual for us right here. We'll go through it in a second. Well, we got stages 1, 2, 3, 4, and REM. 3 and 4 sometimes are combined into the one slow wave sleep. So SWS, you might see it as SWS. So let's talk about number 1 right here. This is the interim between consciousness and sleep. So, all right, we're sleepy. That's stage 1. You move to stage 2 after 5 to 15 minutes of grogginess, right? So in stage 2, your heart rate slows, your brain does less complicated tasks, which means that this electrical activity is going down. And then after another 15 minutes, you move into non-REM sleep, the delta stage, slow wave sleep, right here, 3 and 4. Your body's making repairs in stage 3, okay? It's rejuvenating. And then in stage 4, body temperature and blood pressure decreases, all right? Your vital signs are getting lower and lower, and it's more restful. More delta waves are produced. Then something weird happens. You actually cycle back through 3 and 2, and then boom! You move into REM sleep approximately 90 minutes after first feeling sleepy. In stage 5, REM sleep. Increase in eye movement, heart rate, breathing, blood pressure, temperature, everything is fluctuating like you're actually awake, but your muscles are depressed. Now, move back into stage 1? Not necessarily. Most of the time, whenever you come out of REM, you just go back into stage 2. All right? But that happens after the first cycle of sleep. So let's talk about stage 1. Theta waves are produced by the brain. Okay, so if beta are the fastest and alpha are the next, you know, we're getting slower if we go to alpha. We're getting even slower if we go to theta. And the slowest is delta. So, theta waves are produced by the brain replacing the alpha waves. Transitional stage where you gradually disengage from the sensation of the surrounding world. You can quickly regain consciousness, okay? Stage 1 is pretty much, you're just sleepy. That's it. And hypnagogic experiences can occur, however, less vivid imagery is common. This is where the hypnagogic experiences can occur, okay? Those hallucinations we just talked about. Stage 2, and this is the onset of true sleep, okay? So we're actually sleeping here. You're in stage 2 for most of the night. This is the stage that you're in, even through all 4 to 5 cycles of sleep that you go through. This is the one that you're in for the most of the night, okay? So, 2 phenomena happen during stage 2. Sleep spindles and K complexes. Sleep spindles are short bursts of brain activity that characterize stage 2 non-REM sleep. So you're getting, this is true sleep, right? So your brain waves are slowing down, but sometimes, a sleep spindle will happen and boom, boom. A little bit of brain activity there, okay? And then a K complex is a single but large, high voltage spike of brain activity that characterizes stage 2 of non-REM sleep. It is a single spike, okay? So, I'm doing my hands right here, boom, 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 right? Getting a little bit slower, we're in stage 2, and then a K complex would look like this, boom, and then back to slow waves, and then maybe hit a sleep spindle, and then back to slow waves. I know that is a bad visual with my finger, but whatever, it might work. Brain activity continues to slow down in stage 2. Breathing becomes rhythmical. Muscle twitches may occur. That happens. Theta waves are common in stage 2, but larger, slower brain waves called delta waves begin to emerge, and that's when we enter stage 3 and stage 4 non-REM sleep, also called slow wave sleep. So in combination, stage 3 and 4 are known as slow wave sleep, SWS. When the sleeper is experiencing at least 20% of their brain activity as delta waves, he or she is in stage 3. So once 20% of the waves that your brain are producing happen to be delta waves, and that's characterized by how slow, okay, or how big the trough and the crest are from the, and the frequency of the wave. If it's 20%, you're in stage 3. Now, if it moves above 50%, you have entered into stage 4. During the 20 to 40 minutes spent in the night's first episode of stage 4, non-REM, delta waves eventually come to represent 100% of brain activity. Super restful sleep, okay? Heart rate, blood pressure, breathing are dropped to the lowest levels. Noises as loud as 90 decibels may fail to wake you. Muscles are still capable. Sleepwalking occurs in this stage, and sleep talking, okay? And these are sleep disorders. So your muscles are not depressed, but you are in deep sleep. Weird things about stage 4, it takes 15 minutes to fully wake up from. I mean, if you accidentally wake up in the morning in stage 4, or somebody comes in and wakes you up from stage 4, it's going to take you 15 minutes to wake up. You're going to be like, all right? But if you get caught at the end of a dream cycle, you wake up, you're probably going to feel pretty good because your brain's actually already been on for quite some time. So you can answer your phone. You can respond to a text. You can have a conversation with somebody without ever remembering it in stage 4. And that happens, because you're able. Your muscles are still able. At this point, the sequence reverses. So we talked about this a second ago. So after stage 4, you gear down to 3 to 2, all right? And then you go into a dramatically different state of sleep. REM. So, rapid eye movement. More active brain, smaller and faster brain waves. It actually looks like you're awake if we were looking at an EEG. Visual and motor neurons are activating repeatedly. That's why your eyes are moving, okay? So you're actually creating a visual space in your own brain. That's why you can see things in your dream, okay? Motor neurons are activated. That's why you feel like you're moving in your brain, in your dreams. Your motor cortex is on fire. It's lit up with electricity. Your visual cortex is on fire. It's lit up with electricity. But nothing's happening. Your eyes are moving quickly, but your muscles aren't. You're literally creating a universe inside of your brain to manipulate through, okay? Dreams occur. Voluntary muscle movement is suppressed, preventing the dreamer from acting out his or her dreams. Physiological arousal. Eyes dart back and forth. Heart rate, blood pressure, and respirations can fluctuate up and down. Sexual arousal may occur, but it might not be related to dream content at all. First, REM is 5 to 15 minutes long. From the beginning of stage 1 to REM is about 90 minutes long. Okay? So, from the time you go to sleep to the time your first dream happens, it's an hour and a half. And it lasts for about 5 to 15 minutes. But those things get longer. That time you spend in REM actually gets longer as the night progresses. So each cycle, you spend more time in REM. I put this on your notes online. Check it out if you want to. It is a perfect example of what really happens during your sleep cycle. And we have different types of waves right here. So you can see very top is awake, low voltage, high frequency beta waves. Then we have alpha waves, right? You can see they get a little bit longer, the crest and the trough. The theta waves are looking very similar to alpha waves, but they might have, you know, more of a spike to it, maybe whatever. But we're getting into stage 2, right, where a spike could happen. You know, these are sleep spindles, and this right here would probably be a K complex. And then look how different this looks than everything else. Slow wave sleep, extremely restful. Not a whole lot of activity in the brain. And then REM sleep, again, looks exactly like being awake, but you're sleeping. So beyond the first 90 minutes, throughout the rest of the night, the sleeper cycles between non-REM and REM sleep. Each sleep cycle lasts about 90 minutes. It can be anywhere from 70 to 120. 4 more 90-minute cycles of non-REM and REM sleep occur during the night, so you probably go through 5 dreams a night, 4 to 5 dreams a night. Just before and after REM periods, the sleeper typically shifts position. So as soon as you're done with a dream, you'll shift, move the covers on you, find the cold part of the pillow, whatever it is, and then you're back into another cycle. As the night progresses, REM sleep episodes become increasingly longer and less time is spent in non-REM. During the last 2 90-minute sleep cycles before awakening, the non-REM sleeper is composed primarily of stage 2 sleep and periods of REM sleep that can last as long as 40 minutes. So right before you wake up, you can have a 40-minute long dream. I would always try to consistently wake up after your dream. If you prolong that and you're like, oh man, that was a crazy dream, I'll go back to sleep now, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, there's a chance that you're going to wake up in stage 4 and you're not going to feel too good. It's going to be a rough morning. Changing sleep patterns over the lifespan. The younger you are, the more sleep you need. So babies need more sleep. You know, I have a year-old baby right now at my house. Happens to be mine. And he sleeps from 5:30, 6 o'clock at night to 6:30 in the morning. It's 12 hours. And then he also takes about a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day. That's a lot. 14 hours plus of sleeping each day. So newborn sleeps about 16 hours a day, not all at once. The younger you are, the more REM I think you have. Up to 8 hours or 50% of the newborn sleep time is spent in REM sleep. There's something cool about REM sleep. You actually practice new skills, and that's what a baby really does in their sleep. All right, so they think about the new skills that they've learned, and we're talking about sensory motor skills. The 3rd month of life, that deep, slow wave sleep of non-REM stages 3 and 4 start appearing. And that's whenever sleep gets a little bit messed up for the baby, but then they get used to it and they go back into a regular sleep cycle. Infants have 60-minute sleep cycles, toddlers 75-minute sleep cycles. The typical 90-minute sleep cycle actually starts to come around age 5. And I think, if you think about your first memory, which memory consolidation is a huge part of sleep, when you think about when your first memories come about, it's really whenever your sleep cycle becomes true and consistent. That 90-minute cycle really starts to come into your world, and you can start to form memories. Sleep over the lifespan. Sleep quality changes significantly over the lifespan. So old people don't need as much sleep as young people. So you can see, years right here, 5, 10, 15, 25, moving on all the way to 85 right here. And then you have, this actually shows, one, you're in stage 2 for most of the night, no matter who you are. Okay? Stage 1, very minimal, because you only spend it when you first fall asleep. Slow wave sleep is the purple. The younger you are, the more you have it. Okay? And then REM is pretty consistent over the lifespan. And then this is an interesting thing called wakefulness after sleep onset. And that's being awake during the night after you've fallen asleep. I've had an increase in that as I've gotten older. And then sleep latency up at the top. So sleep quality changes significantly change over the lifespan. Notice that slow wave sleep decreases over the lifespan, as does total sleep time. By middle adulthood, people are more likely to experience wakefulness after sleep onset. And senior adults, age 55 and older, often take longer to fall asleep, which is technically called sleep latency. So that's the top thing right there. Many senior adults spend an hour or more each night simply dozing or resting quietly in bed. Maybe that's why my grandfather is always, anytime I remember seeing my grandfather at night, he's like in his recliner watching TV. And he's sort of watching it, and he's sort of asleep. If you change the channel, he'd be like, "Son, what are you doing?" I was watching that. Well, you seem like you're asleep, man. All right, why do we sleep? Researchers aren't really sure why we sleep. Clearly, sleep promotes physiological processes that restore and rejuvenate the body and mind. It provides muscles with rest, maintains immune system functioning, enhances learning and consolidation of memory, helps improve brain function, and helps regulate moods and emotion. Sleep is huge. I don't know how to communicate that to you. If you start valuing your sleep, your quality of life will go up. I swear to you. Okay? This approach to explaining sleep doesn't account for the enormous variability in sleep patterns across species. Some say that it is a result of evolutionary adaptation, whether you are prey or whether you are the predator. So, for conserving energy and preventing a species from interacting with the environment when the environment is most hazardous for survival. So, gorillas and lions get to sleep 15 hours a day. Why? Nothing's coming after them. All right? That's why we get to sleep a long time. Nothing's coming after us. All right? Then we have cattle and horses. Bursts that total 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day, sleeping, little tiny mini naps. Sleep serves a host of vital functions. Sleep is a huge, huge research topic in psychology, still to this day. You might have known somebody who's gone and had a sleep study done because they don't think they're getting the proper rest, and they can tell. So,